Good morning, team. Today we're heading into the gym. We are continuing our preparation for the CrossFit Open / the quarterfinals. So that means more intensity, more cardio than I've been doing recently, and generally just a big level up in the skills, the intensity, the effort that I have to put in training. Last season, I unexpectedly came around 500th in the UK. I didn't have a coach at the time. I was in between coaches. I wasn't particularly training hard for the Open. I was just training. Generally, I think I was following random programming. I might have been doing my own workouts. So I didn't have a real plan. This year, I have a coach. I'm aiming to do 100% better than I did. So come around 250th in the UK. That's the goal. Does that work? 100% better? I'm not sure. But that's the aim, is to kind of improve on and double what I did last year. And then this year, I will do the quarterfinals and see how I get on there. That means that this year, open training actually looks like open training, and there's some serious intensity to it. There's definitely a lot more cardio. So today we're going to go into the gym. I'll show you exactly what that currently looks like and the kind of conditioning work that I'm doing at the moment. Now, with open training, a couple of things to consider and that I want to make abundantly clear to all of you. 3 top things that you need to make sure you're doing if you are suddenly increasing the volume or you're increasing the intensity of your training in the lead up to the Open. First thing, get enough sleep. Get 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. That doesn't mean lying in bed on your phone for 2 hours and then going to sleep for 6. I mean sleep for 7 to 8 hours. Let the body recover from that volume and intensity. 2 is fueling yourself, making sure you're getting enough food in the day, making sure you're getting enough carbs, making sure you're getting enough protein for the body to recover, recharge, heal itself, and to give you the energy to perform when you are in the gym. And the last one is your recovery and your mobility. Make sure you are stretching, you are working on your mobility protocols to make sure that you are able to keep moving without injury and without little niggles and just keep the body healthy. For me, when my training volume goes up, my knees start to flare up just from increased squatting and running. So I make sure that I do enough mobility work and movement work around my knee joints to keep those healthy and to keep them injury free so that I can continue training and I can keep performing in the gym. So top 3 tips for training around the Open: fuel, sleep, recovery, and mobility. The irony of me talking about injuries and preventing injuries when at the moment, if you can see, I sliced the end of my thumb off making food yesterday. So if that focuses, it's not going to. I've currently got Disney princess plasters because I'm a little baby princess who sliced his thumb. Hopefully that won't impact training too much today. I haven't got a hook grip, so hopefully it'll be fine. Starting off with the strength piece, so we're going for 4 or 5 heavy sets, making sure hips and ankles are warm, making sure we keep the strength pieces in even though we're doing all this extra conditioning. Don't want to kind of lose all of that strength that we work so hard for in the off season. So we've got 5 by 5 between 130 and 140, a couple of minutes rest in between. So that's pushing 80% in that region, which would be good. And then we've got some bench press with some more strength, and then we're into the conditioning piece, which is what you're all here for, to see me suffer.
here we go, the main event, the conditioning pieces and the kind of pieces that we're doing now towards the open. This first one, 21-15-9 on the bike, 15-12-9 devil's press. Straightforward conditioning piece designed to get us a little bit fitter, get us used to the devil's press, because that movement does tend to come up quite a lot. And how we want to use this workout is obviously get the heart rate up, get moving and work on that fitness, but also work on the speed of the devil's press under fatigue. Is there a rhythm that I can get into, that I can maintain whilst under fatigue, that I know that I can settle into if it comes up in a workout later on? Then the second piece, we've got 3 minutes on, 3 minutes off. So 3 minutes of continuous work followed by 3 minutes rest. So your work to rest ratio is 1-to-1. So you've got plenty of time to recover, which means you need to try and push the pace. My intention for this workout was to be consistent across all 3 rounds. So on the first round and the third round, making sure I hit the same score, maybe a little bit better on that third round. And then I also wanted to test out a few different methods of cycling that barbell so that I know when I'm under fatigue, I've got a couple of different options in my locker ready to go. So I tried bouncing it off my quads, and then I tried a version where you hang on to it a little bit longer and you almost RDL it down to your knees and you get kind of a little slingshot on the way back up. I was really happy with how this one went, but as you can see, by that third round, it is taking its toll and it is a hard effort.
So back up now after the first session of the day. That last piece was absolutely ruthless, but that is, open training is always going to be much more intense than other parts of the year. There's 2 main intentions behind that piece that you saw at the end of that session. So we've got obviously just getting fitter. So pushing the heart rate up, getting the lungs bleeding, and just working through at a high intensity and just getting fit for the open. The other side of that as well is learning your own capacity on different movements. So learning whether or not you can go for 12 reps unbroken on the hang power cleans, or whether it's smarter to break them into 6s, and just playing around with that in training so that when it comes to the open or competition, you know what your kind of unique barriers and limiters are, so that you're better prepared and you can come up with your own unique strategy every time. So that's the other benefit behind that kind of training, and leading into the open, that's going to give me more information and data about my training and my abilities going into it. So we're back now. I'm going to refuel, so making sure that I'm fueled up. I'm going to rehydrate, and then we've got a second session which is just pure cardio on the rower, and that'll be in a couple of hours time once I've recovered, rested, and yet more importantly refueled. So we'll cut to that in a bit. On the way to session 2, it's literally just rowing, so just doing rowing intervals with a 45-second rest in between. Nothing exciting, just building up that base of cardio. So that's the rowing done. That's a full day done, all finished. So to do some recovery now, chill in the pool, sauna here at the apartment complex. So yeah, end the day with some recovery. I'll do some mobility later as well, just to help the body recover. But yeah, that's a full day of training done. A couple of tips for getting fit.